Hi, I'm Ruthvika Rao. I am the author of The Fertile Earth. My novel is about four characters, Krishna, Vijaya, Ranga, and Sree, who meet as children and forge bonds in this small village in rural India. The novel centers around an adventure that they have in the forest surrounding their village, where they go looking for a man-eating tiger, and the repercussions of that adventure from the rest of the books. How would I describe my book in three words? Um, Emotional, um, immersive, character driven. What is the most essential component of a great adventure story? Um, I think the story itself, I think the order in which events occur, I think without those things to hold on to, um, it's sort of the excitement of it wouldn't be there. If the Fertile Earth had a soundtrack, what would it sound like? There are sections of this novel that I wrote while listening to this um, particular piece by Anushka Shankar. It's called Breathing Underwater. What was the most unexpected part of my research? I came across this book of folk songs that were sung in the villages by people who lived there about their daily life. They weren't literate, so the people who captured the songs just transcribed the songs verbatim and then wrote that the song was captured in so and so village. So it's not attributed to a particular singer or the writer, but it really captured the essence of the place in a really emotional and personal way. What is my favorite part of the writing process? I think being swept up into the story after you're sort of in the middle of the book. I think the middle of the book is my favorite part, where your experience. I mean, I experience things the same way a reader would. Like I wouldn't know what happens next, so I sort of fall into the book and almost like turn the pages as you write. That's my favorite part. Did I include any of my own childhood memories of India in the novel? Even though it's historical fiction, some things are unchanged. I think the landscape, parts of it at least, are true to life. I think when I was a child, I would travel occasionally to my parents' grandparents' village, or I would hear stories from them about how life used to be like in this time period. So, in a way, those memories are part of the book. Has any feedback from readers surprised me? When I hear that it's the work or the novel has is violent, I feel like that surprises me in a way. It is violent, but when I was writing it, I didn't see it that way. Particularly in the opening chapter where this child is going about with his daily life, his job of as like a as a tanner. And somehow I didn't see it as violent because I was working from the point of view of the child, and that is his daily life. He doesn't view his work as violent, so I didn't either. What is my greatest writing inspiration? Um, I think for this book, I was thinking about Dr. Zhivago, in the sense that there's this love story that exists, but it holds up this big social canvas and this huge time period. And it all hangs on this thread of a love story that, um, and then also A Suitable Boy by Vikram said. I think I was thinking about these two books and I just like wanted to write something like that. Well, who was my favorite character to write? Hmm. I think Katya, she's so spirited and she knows exactly who she is. And I love the way she speaks. She was my favorite, right? What one thing would I like readers to take away from the Fertile Earth? Um, I think the characters, I think it would be giving me the greatest pleasure to hear someone say that the character stayed with them, whether they remembered anything of the story or the time period or the political landscape of this place. If the people stayed with you, that would be the best thing.